think we're gonna call this a battery fail. Pulled the batteries out. I did test them. I put them on the charger, let them get full charge. Then I took the charger off. Then I isolated them, and so I could test them individually. The state of charge for both of them was, well, after I charged them, I let the surface charge deplete for a couple hours and then tested them. State of charge was 100% on each battery, so they weren't down or anything. One of them tested at 285 cranking amps and the other one was like 535 or something like that. So both batteries are bad. I don't remember which was which. I don't remember. But we are within our 1-year warranty, so we're going to take them back. I think what happened with our connection, one, we were cranking a long time, but two, but it shouldn't have done this anyway. I think it was a loose crimp. I think this fitting, they used the same size fitting that they used here, but this is a larger, quite a bit larger cable. And so I think we had just too large of a fitting here for this cable. So we're gonna redo this. I'm not sure what we'll do. We may do 2 separate grounds, one to each battery or something like that. I don't know. But we're gonna redo this and at least put a new end on this, and I don't know. We'll do something. I've got enough of these that if I wanted to, I've got like 3 or 4 more of these. I could do just bolt 2 of these in and have 2 grounds, 1 for each battery, if I wanted to do that. But I may just get another end and fix this one. I need to see what size cable this is, so I may go ahead and unbolt it, and that way I can clean up that ground real good and make sure that's a good connection and redo this. I think cable size is okay because it is a short stretch. This one is a long stretch, so it's got a much larger cable. So I don't think we have any issues with our positive lead. It did not get hot like the ground did. You know, this one, you can see where it melted the tape. We got no issues over here, and it started melting the lug on the plastic around the lug. It's still good. It still tests good. If it wasn't for the batteries themselves just being bad, then we're gonna have an issue. So we're gonna redo this, and you know, this compartment here is a mess, but that's for another day. But for now, we're gonna go get 2 new batteries and we'll fix this ground lug, or do something with the ground. Oh, what a mess. But this is not something I'm tackling today. I'm still kind of unsure of how I'm gonna deal with all this rusty mess, but right now we just want to get the thing where it's running again. So I'm gonna come over here and clean up that ground location. And this positive wire is in good shape. It looks like the proper size terminal on it, so I think we're okay there. I don't think we need to redo that one. It's a much larger gauge cable than was on the ground, and they had the same lug style on the ground one. It's just too long of one for it. What I've done, I brought my little wire wheel over here, and it's starting to rain on me, so I don't know if I'll get this done today or not. But I cleaned up some of these cables. I've got a bunch of them that came with the Firetruck. And so these are 2 gauge cables. The original ground lug on this, or well, the ground lug that was on it was 2 gauge. So these are the same size, but instead of just running a single ground and then jumping the batteries together to that single ground, since I've got enough of these cables, I'm just gonna go ahead and run 2 separate grounds to that same lug, or that same mounting location. So we'll have 2 gauge cables. I think that'll give us a, just give us a better ground. And we've got the cables to do it. Went ahead and cleaned up the original bolt that was in there, and we're gonna throw a couple flat washers, give us a better surface area around here to crimp down on these cables. So let me get this all cleaned up. All right, that's a much better grounding situation there. We've got the 2 cables. We'll come over here and connect individually to the batteries. We've got plenty of cable, and that gives us two gauges instead of a single 2 gauge. I think that's much better grounding situation. And then we've got our good positive. I'm going to clean the ends of this cable up. Just a little bit rusty. This thing leaks water between the tank and the box, so that's where that's from. I'm sure it's all rusty in between, so not ideal, but it's what we got for right now. All right, to me that looks much better than it was. We've got better ground cables, cleaned up the positive, and I just took all these to wire brush and cleaned them up, and then the positive as well. So everything's got real good connections. 2 brand new batteries. It's 64 degrees outside. It's by no means cold, but it is the coldest I've ever tried to crank this thing. Like I said, it's not cold, but I've heard these things don't like to start below or in the 60s, or maybe it was below the 60s. I don't know. I'm fairly confident, as long as these new batteries are good, that this thing will crank right up. So let's go start it up. It hasn't been started in probably a month. I'm in the process of replacing the air horn. So we've got an air leak right there, so we're gonna hear some air noise. We're not gonna let it run long, but I just want to see if it'll crank up. Batteries look a little low. It's cranking over fast though. And then it started right up. Good oil pressure, we'll let it run for a second. Then we'll blip the throttle and let it. Yeah. Charging. I'm gonna let it charge for a minute. I'm gonna go grab my old air valve and plug this hole up with it. That's it. Air leak somewhere. Oh, I just screwed this on a little bit. Y'all see that in another video. I'm in the process of changing out the horns, so maybe that'll be in the next one. But that's it for now. We've got this thing back in running condition. I guess the next time we get a little bit cooler weather, we'll see if it'll start up. I'll throw the little trickle charger on these batteries and finish topping them off just to make sure they're fully charged, or maybe we'll take this thing for a drive one day and get it charged up, because it didn't run long enough for it to charge them all the way up. But we definitely need to take this thing for a drive soon. It's been over a month probably since I've driven it, so I've been doing some work to it, so y'all will see that in some upcoming videos. But I wanted to go ahead and get this one up first so that y'all can see, that we've got it running again after that failed cold start. So got a few parts for it, nothing major, so you'll see that coming up. So stay tuned. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more. And give the old Detroit diesel a thumbs up for cranking right up. I know it's not cold, but still. It cranked up. And I think it would have with good batteries. That wasn't its fault.